What's cracking, people? It's your man, Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wing Man, representing high-level technicians operating globally and beyond. So listen, today I wanted to give a glimpse of what's known as the shadow world, which is an interesting concept that I never really crystallized before I heard it mentioned, heard that verbiage mentioned in this space on YouTube, primarily from Ron Wells and BGS IBMOR. But before I get into this glimpse of the shadow world, I want to do a bit of maintenance for my Hot House members, aka my Patreon subscribers. Now, real quick, at the if you're at the technician or the journeyman level, stay tuned, because as soon as the pledges cycle on the first of the month, you're going to be receiving a dashboard along with your gifts. Now, this dashboard is necessary to complete the missions that you're going to receive weekly. Okay, so stay tuned for that. We'll get some more information out there, but I just wanted to inform the levels of the technician and the journeyman levels of that. So just stay tuned, and I'll see you over at the Hot House. Now, getting into a glimpse of the shadow world. One of the most important things to note about the shadow world is that it's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. There's no physical location in this third dimensional space of the shadow world. You're either in it for life or nowhere near it. Some are even in the shadow world and don't even realize that they're a part of it. It's so natural, and it's so encompassing in their lives, because the shadow world is a fluid space that connects the participants on a level that most people can't perceive, and that's why it's good to have these spaces for us to break down what concepts just like this are. It's global and doesn't discriminate according to race, class, social caste, or economic standing. It cuts across all lines. There are no lines in the shadow world. Women understand it instinctively. It's an unwritten, unspoken, unincorporated, unestablished space, yet it's existed since the dawn of quote-unquote man/men. ASPs, or alpha showpieces, walk freely in and out of it. In fact, most men will never experience it, but a lot of men have an opportunity to experience it. And that's really the point of why we're relaying this information to you. It's not, it's exclusive, but it's not unattainable, put it that way. It sits at the core of the very nature of a woman, and by extension, a collective of women. It's what truly distinguishes the alphas from the betas and puts to rest any subsequent debates about what is alpha, what is beta, and can women be alpha. More on these to come later. It's a space so fundamental that some women are ready to risk it all just to feel the heat of its seductive flames. School teachers, corporate executives, judges, pastors, first ladies, in fact, First Lady of the United States and other countries and municipalities and townships and kingdoms are seduced by its flames. Prison guards, wives, and yes, even nuns. There is no logic in the shadow world, only lust. You don't need to quote unquote get it as long as she gets off. The shadow world holds court in two places: in her head and between her legs. So, gentlemen, as we move forward in our education and our collaboration as men, and we share our ideas and our experiences, the shadow world will always come up in conversation because, like I said before, there are a select group of men who can relate, but the majority of men have no clue. But I think the key to this is to communicate to everyone that everybody has an opportunity to be a part of, or even to taste the shadow world, because some men may, follow the steps that men like myself can teach you and to guide you and coach you. You can get into the shadow world, and you may see that it's not what you want, it's not what you like, it's not your thing, so to speak. But just know that at the end of the day, it exists and it permeates every fiber of society globally, and it always will, because it's a necessary component. As a matter of fact, it's a necessary component to human nature, and it speaks to the core of who we are as peoples, but more important, who women are as sexual beings. More on that to come later. And as always, this is your man Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wing Man, saying stay sharp and mission focused. Later.